Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to my friends in Europe. Good morning to everybody here in the United States. I am Mark Sebastian. I am your only option. And this is the Ticker Highlight Show in Wise Pub. Welcome in the Option Pit universe. This is where the show will live going forward and where you can see me, Leisha, and normally Andrew. Andrew is on assignment this week, so he will not be joining us. But Leisha and I are here, and we're going to break down Nvidia. Nvidia's had a big week last week.
We want to head straight to Nvidia.
Well, if you want to break down what you're seeing in the market today, because it's a little weird, right? We opened up, and now we're, is Nvidia still a vampire? I think that is the great question.
Look at, I have, so possibly Friday was a Harami day, a candle, signaling this downtrend will not continue. But I do have a little resistance here. This previous support that held for so long is now resistance up there on SPX 5320. So maybe we're rolling over from there. On the 5-minute, we are kind of holding the 50 period. Yeah, we might have another little inside day.
Yeah, it feels like an inside day, doesn't it?
Could be. We could be pulling back to gear up to pop through that resistance, but 5320 on SPX is definitely resistance.
Yes. Yeah. And then what do you see in like the NASDAQ? That'd be the other one I'd want to look at, because
NASDAQ has busted out over my old pitchfork, so I've added a new one, this new pitchfork, which has held pretty well, honoring that median line there, you can see. So I have, today's low is support on that parallel channel I've added. Today's low is support for sure in NASDAQ. This previous high will be resistance, 40.60.64, but above there, it looks pretty free sailing to 466. If you'd like to continue.
Wow. So you think we're going to keep moving higher?
Looks like it. Look at Nvidia. Pop open right on the channel.
That's crazy.
Right? Amazing. Let me draw a new pitchfork. Well, that works. That works very well. Here, let me hide some of this. Yeah, there's our new pitchfork for Nvidia. It's traded through the lowest channel, busted out, wallowed a little bit at that next resistance level, and now we're in the middle of the next channel, and Nvidia looks like it's heading to 1169.80, 1170.
Wow. And while Nvidia goes, and I know this isn't a chart thing, so you've got Nvidia going higher. This is more just you as a trader who's been in the business for 30 plus years. Obviously, Alicia started trading when she was 10. And why is Nvidia exploding and the market not moving with it? Because I thought Nvidia blowing the doors off earnings would lead to a big strong rally out of it, right?
For everything.
And that has not materialized, right?
No,
and
it hasn't.
You kind of thought the same thing, right?
Yo, sure. I thought it was definitely strong enough to bring everybody up, bring the whole market up.
But it's not. Nvidia is up 5% today, and the S&P is actually down. What is your take?
Well, like you've been calling it the vampire. I guess Nvidia is an unstoppable force, but the rest of the market's paying attention to the real world,
Okay. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I mean, this morning you've got Apple up, AMD, Google. You've got your like mostly max. Microsoft is down a little bit. Meta is down a little bit. Tesla's down a little bit. Dude, the call of the year outside of Nvidia was Qualcomm.
That's
Like, take a
fantastic.
look at that thing.
That was a phenomenal call on your part.
Yeah, it's up $100 since I said this thing was going higher. And I mean, where does that thing stop? Holy cow!
Well, it looks like you're getting close here.
Yeah, it does look like we're getting close here.
219.60.
But yeah, you've got that, and then on the other end, you've got like the bond market looks like it's softening up, and gold and silver, after getting kind of kneecapped a little bit last week, they're rebounding today.
Look at bonds are still, right around that, but it is a very steep sloping downtrend line. And it
Yeah,
is making new lows. Friday looked like it could be a little doji though, maybe. Not really
yeah.
getting the follow through today.
People that want to know what is going to cause the market to actually crack at some point, it's going to be interest rates.
Yeah.
It is going to be interest rates. In fact, it's always interest rates. Every time the market falls apart, it's interest rates.
And we have that mid-June, correct?
Mm-hmm. There is not going to be a rate hike. There is not going to be a rate cut this year.
No.
And
We heard it here first way back in January.
I know you and I. You said it. Andrew said it. I said it. You led the way. You were definitely leading the charge.
Well, thanks for that.
You were like, I don't see why they need a rate cut. Look at the economy. Look at inflation. I was like, yeah, you're not wrong, Leisha.
I did kind of sound like that, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. All right. So Nvidia. The crazy thing is that as this puppy rallies, the vol's starting to climb again too.
Yeah.
Implied volatility is now at, it dropped to as low as about 38 post earnings, which is still above kind of some of the lows that we saw at the, prior to this big run up. But now the vol is back into the 40s, which is historically pretty high for Nvidia. And so we're starting to see a wall worry here. And what did you say your top was this 11 what?
1170. That was a famous light bulb.
70.
China.
I think it might do that tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to imagine its last earnings cycle. It gapped up, then dropped a little bit, then took off. I mean, we're kind of in uncharted territory for this stock.
We are. Now we've had another gap. This is a runaway now. See these gaps?
Yeah.
And this one? This is like a runaway gaps.
Yeah.
That's bullish.
Interesting.
So yeah, I think 1170 could be this week. I wouldn't know about today, but this week, and then I would watch that level 1170 to 1175, 1180, and then watch it when it reaches there, if it can break through this median line or if it's going to roll over and pull back.
Nvidia's
but those breakaway gaps are bullish.
Nvidia's market cap is up to $2.6 trillion. It's only 300 million behind Apple.
Wow.
And at the beginning of the year, here's the part that is fascinating. So at the beginning of the year, Nvidia was priced. It closed at the end of 2023, 495. So it was already having a nice little run, but it's up 120%. So just incredible run. You can't like just buy straight calls in this thing because they're so expensive.
Right.
The July 11/30 call is $68.
July 11.
The July 11/30 call.
That's funny. I'm not getting July 11. I have July 5 and 19.
No, July 19th, 11/30 call. Is $68.
Wow. I see it.
I mean, you have to do a call spread or a fly. It's the only way to trade this thing, or you could do like a diagonal, I guess. So the 11th, like let's just look at the 1150s because it's a nice even number. Those are $60, and then the 1300 call is $20. So you can put on the 150 point fly for $40. That's actually not bad risk reward. Or a call spread, excuse me, for $40. That is not bad risk reward. The 1150. I mean, if you want to do a 50-point fly, they're like nothing. Let me price
I think
this
you're
one
better
out.
off with that.
What? Yeah, you
I
are.
think you're better off with that.
And we'll use regular. I'll just look at June. I know I was looking at July, but I want to look at June now. The June 1150 calls are $37. The 1200 call is $22. And the 1250 call is $12.50. So
50 and
that butterfly is about $9.80. I'm not going to make this like an official idea. Oh, that's the 1140. I want the 1150. I'm sorry. So the 50-point fly is only $6. That's not bad.
right.
Now you could get there tomorrow, but actually it will at some point run out of steam. And that would kind of be the way I would look at this trade. So,
But like you say, if it's going to the median line this week, you can make money on that thing right away.
Yeah, you can. It'll be worth, $9, $10. But you just take your money.
Yeah, right.
You don't get greedy, right?
Right. We're not going to write it to the. No, you definitely take your money.
Yep.
I like that. And I think you're good with June.
Yeah, you are.
If Andrew was here, he'd want us to buy a put.
I know. I don't want to do that.
Andrew wanted me to go over Apple too when we're ready.
Okay, have at it then. I'm ready. I'm writing up the trade.
Okay. Oh, Bella Vista, I know where that is. Surf Dancing Hogan. I know where that's just above Bentonville.
Yeah, we'll be out of this trade before the split.
Yeah.
That would be what I would say is the target would be it splits next Friday. So not this Friday, but the following. And then it actually opens up for new trading on Monday. We would want to be out of this trade by next Thursday.
So Andrew wanted me to review Apple. Apple held the support here on that pullback. On your Apple chart, add 186.60 as your support level. Sure enough, bounced off there. We have a nice harami and we have follow through today. Now those previous highs right here, 192.76 are resistance, which is right around where it traded today, right? 193 it traded. That's bumping up against that resistance. A lot of times when you hit the resistance, you get a little bit of a pullback to get, to get the momentum to trade over that resistance. And once Apple trades over 193, I still say 200's in the cards. It'll stop at 186, 196.84, and then on to 200. That's what I have on Apple. And then we have a little support down just right around here. Say 188. But below that definitely this 186 is very nice support.
Interesting.
186.60. Put that on your chart.
All right. And if everybody here looks in the bottom of their screen, you will see I have published the trade that Leisha and I were discussing. And, if you've got any questions about it, you can ask in this room. The nice thing is this room is, I believe, always open. You can just drop a question in here. So we will be back at our normal time next Monday at 10:30. Andrew will be here, as will I. But Leisha, I appreciate you hanging out and going and digging into the Nvidia trade and looking at the S and the Qs with us.
Of course.
We have posted our butterfly. Make sure you're here next week for another deep dive into a specific stock, and have a great trading week. All right, folks. For Leisha J. Leslie, the Queen of the Candles, I am Mark S. Sebastian, your only option. Have a great day.
Thank you, everyone.